Hi, my name is Anaí Lima and I'm going to talk about task-based learning approach. First of all, let's note the main differences between approach and method. According to Richens and Rogers, an approach is a set of correlative assumptions dealing with the nature of language teaching and learning. It's axiomatic and describes the nature of the subject matter to be taught. In other words, an approach to language teaching describes the nature of language, how knowledge of a language is acquired, and the conditions that promote language acquisition. On the other hand, a method is a practical implementation of an approach. A theory is put into practice at the level of a method. It includes decisions about the particular skills to be taught, the roles of the teacher and the learner in language teaching and learning, the appropriate procedures and techniques, the content to be taught, and the order in which the content will be presented. It also involves a specific syllabus organization, choices of the materials that will boost learning, and the means to assess learners and evaluate teaching and learning. It is a sort of an organizing plan that relies on the philosophical premises of an approach. So, an approach is a way of looking at teaching and learning. Underlying any language teaching, the approach is a theoretical view of what language is and how it can be learned. And it gives rise to methods, the way of teaching something, which uses classroom activities or techniques to help learners learn. Well, task-based learning, or TBL, is an approach in which learning revolves around the competition of meaningful tasks. In the TBL approach, the main focus is the authentic use of language for genuine communication. In order for us to understand TBL, we need to define what a task is. According to Willis, tasks can be real-life situations or have a pedagogical purpose. And here we can see some of the main characteristics of a task. The framework of a TBL lesson may vary. It is usually composed of the following phases: pre-task, task, which can be subdivided in different stages, in this case task preparation and during task, and finally post-task. In the pre-task, the teacher should mentally and linguistically prepare the student to the upcoming task ahead, contextualize the topic of the lesson, and raises the student's interest. In the task preparation stage, the teacher should prepare students to be able to complete the upcoming task on their own. In order to do this, the teacher needs to give very clear directions. Here, the students begin to independently build their task. Group collaboration and creativity take hold. Some recommendations for the teacher in this stage could be to circulate around the room, take notes of any weak or strong language features, and encourage students to use the target language as much as possible. After this, students will then act or present their tasks. At this point, students must display their creativity and stretch their language abilities in doing so. The teacher must continue to remain in low key and quietly take notes on the language being used. It is a fluency activity, so the teacher doesn't interrupt. In the post-task, students evaluate their performance. It can also involve feedback provided by the teacher and subsequent practice of language items that emerge from the task. Here, I present you some of the advantages of TBL approach. Some of the disadvantages of this approach could be that since it encourages students to use their own language and vocabulary, it is necessary for the teacher to help students to expand this vocabulary. Otherwise, students will not learn new phrases or words by themselves, but only increase skills in using the language the student already possesses. And even though after the task cycle is complete, the learning process is not. The evaluation part is critical for the student to become self-aware of the learning they have just gone through. Now I am going to present you an example of a task-based learning activity. This is called planning a party, and we will start with the pre-task. The point here is to prepare the student for the upcoming task. So I have three options that we can use in this stage. For example, brainstorming with a word web. In this case, we have the question, what makes a great party? The second option is a brainstorming with pictures and or discussion questions. We are going to show them pictures and we are going to ask questions about those pictures. For example, what are they doing in the first picture and they have to answer ordering food for a party. And finally, in our 3 option is reading or listening to a sample text. In the task preparation, we have to give our students instructions of what they are going to do. So in this case, we can give our students one piece of paper with a step-by-step handout or a checklist for them to follow. Here, there's an example of the directions that they have to follow. During task stage is where the students start to build their task. Then, students will present their tasks in front of the class. The teacher listens quietly and makes notes. These notes can be about vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, culture, or other aspect they consider important. Finally, in the post-task, the teacher addresses the key language features he considers more important. They can reflect the language they used. This is the part when they have feedback from the teacher and an evaluation. In conclusion, we can say that the TVL approach helps students to acquire language skills in a more realistic context compared to a PPP lesson. This develops their cognitive abilities and they learn the language while focusing on a specific task. And a great advantage of this approach is that it can be fun and dynamic because you can use any topic of interest to the child: animals, plants, the body, etc. This well-directed approach can increase the child's communication skills while learning vocabulary and the use of language in real situations and not only in situations created for a specific aspect as it normally happens.